Right, Kal Halal Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, Basham Kakadash. The witness to the apostles at Great Millstone, and salute you both teaching the word in sincerity and in truth. And pretty much this is edification to the believers, the saints that are scattered across the four winds of the earth that are waiting for salvation from the Most High and His Son, alright, in these dark times that we're in, we're coming in. And what I've done here is put in, because we know that the money system as we know it is gonna be um, destroyed and turned into a digital one, and like you had the paper notes to turn them to plastic notes, right? They're on the process of changing the money, right? So let's read a quote just to let's get this started. This is gonna be a short video, and I'm gonna do a video on this Liz Truss because she went at the Rothschilds, and I think in her book, and she went into that quote, and guess what happened? She got shut down for it, and I think she had to take it out of the book. So, and I'll go into that. She was a politician. She was in office, so we'll go into that in a different video. Let's look at this, and it wasn't Jacob Rothschild that said this. But it was Maya Amschel Rothschild. So it says, "Let us control the money of a country, and we care not who makes its laws." The maxim of the House of Rothschilds is described in an official U.S. government report, February 1914. Let's get it somewhere else. Case this person's put some awesome sort of stuff together. We'll go to a different one. Let's do this. Let me issue and control a nation's money, and I care not who writes the laws. One sec. Right, let me issue. So, the ones that are in control of this money system, pretty much the scripture says you live from paycheck to paycheck. Let's get that in the Bible, right? You have been controlled by the bankers, the international bankers. A lot of you don't know that, but a lot of people have woke up to this, and there will be chaos in the streets and riots and things of that nature. For lack of food and shortage and all that when they're doing all this. Is Haggai 1:6. You have sown much and bring in little, right? So you finish your work and you ain't hardly got anything in the pockets, right? You eat but you have not enough. You drink but you are not filled with drink. So you got the top elites and then you got the majority at the bottom. You clothe you but there is none warm, and he that earneth wages to be put into a bag with holes. Now check this. What was I gonna do? Let's do this. Let's put in. Giving the BBC the eye of providence. We all know what that is. So I've got this. This is just some pictures put together. Okay, this dude's put some guy in front of it. No, I'm not really interested in that cat. If I can get a picture of it without. So at the bottom, population, resource, labor units. Okay, but the bottom, debt slaves. Okay, birth, school, labor, taxes, debts, retirement cycle. So you're at the bottom. and you're completely in a cycle of death. All right, and debt, because you're constantly in debt. Now, what they want to do is get this money system that we're talking about here, as it mentions in Revelations 13, and turn it into a chip. Now, Aaron, Revelation 13:16, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. That's literal. We break it down at the time. We go into the words mark. Okay, we go into these words. And that no man might buy or sell. So if he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, what is it going to take for you to understand that? Now, you got the world population control, religions, governments, education, media. I'm not going to go into all this. Probably I've done videos. I'll probably do another one. At the top you got the elites, right? The Council of 13, world's richest, most powerful families. Right. So who's at the top? Them top Illuminati, international banking, bloodlines. It's just the facts. Scripture says, "Woe unto you, rich." Now, what I want to do? Let me do this. Okay, I got one here. Okay, so you put it in and you got that RFID implant and a cashless society. So you got your holdables. Right now, the internet things, everywhere you go, everyone's in their phones. They're plugged in. So they're scanning, tapping things, buying with their phone. You are linked into the grid. People don't come out of them phones. So that's going to be the chip in you. That's that interface. All right, let's do this. Okay, so you got this. Aaron Russo explaining how Nick Rockefeller told him how they plan to create a one world government. And that was true. So what I'm going to do here, let's do this. So I'm not going to play that. Let's do this. Okay. Australia has started microchipping people. But you've been seeing it, Elon Musk, brain chips, all that. Why I'm going to do a video on this one. Why Swedes are inserting microchips in their body. Because when you go over there, a lot of them people are chipped. And that's just how the whole, everything that they're doing. Going to vending machines, starting a car, coming out the house. That's what the grid system is. That's what the market of the beast is, that no man might buy or sell. Riots start over food, bro. There's no food. People are kicking off. Yeah, a joke. And then because they're going to say you're going to need this chip to actually make transactions. How do you think that's just going to cause all out chaos? Okay. Not everyone's going to be down with that. Grid shutdowns, all this. That's what they're going to do. The war of Russia, China, America, the grid shutdowns, false flags, polluting of water supplies. Then they'll be like, well, if you're chipped and you come in this part, we're going to have it all safe. These 6 freedom cities, 15-minute cities. This is what's coming. Hackings, that's going on. Right, 2 Ezra 15:5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And that's what the Most High is going to do, bro. For wickedness have polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So let's do this. I'm going to keep this one. Let me see this. I'm going to keep that one up. Do a video on that. Let's type in cashless. See what comes up. This is like let's do this as a cashless update. Two days ago, cash versus cashless. What's really better for hospitality? 2 days ago, 14 hours ago, Ukraine sees record surge in cashless payments in 2025. You seeing that, man? The future of AEPS software in driving cashless transactions. April 22, 2025. Folkestone passengers air views on cashless bus trial. So they're doing cashless buses and autonomous buses in the UK. That's what's going down right now. Where there's no one driving a bus and it's cashless, and that'll be your transport. That's why you got the whole electric cars and everything going on right now. Just look around, man. Open your eyes. The scripture says it's a high time to wake up out of sleep. So anyway, you know what? I'm going to close out. This was a cashless update and some info. And what they do is a lot of times information. Okay, you got some more recent ones here. Neyland Stadium is now cashless, and it's getting the Texas Roadhouse cashless everything. If you watch what's going on around you, that is the next deal. That's the major prophecy, the mark of the beast. All right, I'm gonna say shalom.